All right, here we go. Heck, computer's slowing down. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this is going to go. All right, begin.
Commencing Atlas system suit initialization.
Online. Why is my video over here keep crashing? Keep stopping.
Shield kinetic system online. Scanner damaged. Repair required. Area propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational.
Oh, I hate that view. Let's get out of that view. All right. First, gotta get myself a controller. Oh, figures. All right, we're gonna need ferrite, right? For starters, we can fix our stuff. Can't control. I might change this controller. See, I like the Xbox better. This controller stuff works really crappy. All right, we got enough to fix it yet? No, damn it. Where's another one? I can't move this damn controller. Now we got enough? Yes. Right. Let me scan for sodium. Sodium. Where are you, sodium? We head over that way, huh? We're gonna die. We may need to start this over again because we're gonna die. No crap. Maybe if you didn't give me a planet where I couldn't find the crap right away. Come on. Get over and get the sodium. Whew. Alright, more sodium. Now we gotta find our ship.
Starship signal detected.
Over that way, huh? Let's get some of this stuff. The reason I'm doing it on here is I do it on Twitch on Saturday. I don't want to combine the two into one stream, or yeah, combine them all into one console. more sodium, but I ain't seen none. We're gonna run out before we get over there. Probably should check those boxes. And there's a friggin' plant. And another plant. See, I don't understand that. I'm not freaking right on top of it, and it's like hits me. That makes no sense, you know? Nowhere near it. There's our ship. We can actually be saved. We can jump inside. I just want to get healed. That's all the normal stuff. Oh, I should have done it the other way. Because over here, we gotta go this thing. But I was getting low, so I wanted to make sure. Emptied, cause broadcast, yeah. Alright. Hey, we didn't heal up. Got anything over here to heal me up? Oxygen? No, don't want oxygen. I need sodium. Carbon. Do something good. Alright, go back in the ship real quick. Alright, while we're doing that, we can make the plate. Make that. Put the plate in. Can't put this in. Oh, hiccups. Iteration. Functional. Starship critical damage. Vital missing. Request assistance. Alright, well, we can fix this stuff. For starts. Alright. Then, we need some more. Oh, out of fuel already? Jesus, I mean. Yeah, I've had a hard time moving this thing where I need to move it to. Man. Carbon. Gotta add our carbon in here real quick. But the reason I'm doing it on this account, I mean, I could do the Xbox on another account again, but I want to get it so I get the ships. Because on this one and my main on my Xbox, I've done the expeditions, so I've got a bunch of good shit. Plus, they had Twitch drops on, and I got them both on these two. there's a way to label them, label the files, I'd go and do it on the Xbox. You know, label one for Twitch, one for Trovo. But they don't have a labeling system. Because this controller stinks, man. I hate PlayStation. My Xbox best. You know what? I think I might just do that anyways. I don't know. Alright, so we gotta go. Need a metal plate, right? Yeah. Need a metal plate. And I got no ferrite dust. Why do I have no ferrite? Can't tell me we used all the ferrite last one. Had all the ferrite. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I can't control this damn controller. You know what? Forget this. Hang on a second. Be right back. Alright, let's try this again. Just can't get that controller to... Can't get the functionality of that controller working. I don't know if it's the controller or what. just can't get it to do it. So
Commencing
we'll do it on
system
Xbox.
initialization.
Whole new account now.
Life support systems activated.
Ooh, different planet.
Shield kinetic system
Wow.
online.
We're not on an icy planet. We're on a hot planet.
Scanner damaged.
This is
Repair
different.
required. Aerial propulsion jetpack online. Multi-tool and mining laser attachment operational.
I can just move better.
User initialization sequence complete.
All right. Fair right.
Thermal protection falling.
All right. Where's all the ferrite? Come on. I mean, it's still a little hard with the controllers, but all right. Where's some more ferrite? At least the other one had bigger planet, had more ferrite stuff. It's got
Thermal
little
protection.
bits of ferrite. All right. Enough? Yes.
Component repaired.
All right.
Technology proceed.
Scanner for some sodium. Where we at? Sodium. Sodium. Here we go again. Heat damage.
Extreme heat damage detected.
Extreme heat damage detected. Ooh, got a bunch of sodium. Whew.
Technology recharging. Starship signal detected.
All right. Where? Where? I don't see the red dot thing. There, over there. There. Over that way.
Thermal protection falling.
All right, we gotta get home. Now for more sodium. Come on, recharge already. Damn. Ooh, got any in here? Oh, you go away. Oh, there's some. Sprint depleted. Wish you can get pure. Get it's a ooh, need this. Yeah, pure on a rock would be advanced laser. Can't get it with the regular laser. But we could get an advanced. There's our ship. It's on fire, but there's our ship. Alright, check this first. Empty broadcast. All right. See if we got anything good in here. Ooh, some sodium. Cool. Like that. That gives you. You can change that, turn it into ferrite dust. Which we're going to need to make a lot of rocks here. Cool. We need to make pure. We're going to need to use our machine, convert it. I don't know why I did that. Cobalt. Get enough ferrite dust. We're going to put some in the. Actually, I think we might have enough. We just convert that rusted metal over pure. So come over here, set up. Oh, we got to make a plate. Actually, make two of them while we're at it. Bring this out. We put in iteration. And that was connection terminate. Stressors offline. Pulse engine offline. By myself along the ship. Connect. Reading and connecting does the same thing. Repair ship. Because your exosuit talks with your ship. either way. So, all right. So we need to fix pulse engine. We can't do the one piece. Can't do that. Then we need that pure. Okay. Cargo, we have 2 slots, 4 slots there. I always take these and I move these over to here for now. Give me some ship space. I don't usually move those out of the way. I'll move this out of the way too. Put that over there. For here, I usually take that, move that out of the way. We'll put that over here for now too. Where did the... Alright, got our pure. We're doing that. We can take this. So now we can fix our launch thrusters. Go to these things. Now, I found out the other day that wherever you find one of these, nearby is going to be a, say right there, that little buried treasure, buried technology. The problem is I can't get at it yet because I don't have the tool to do it yet. I don't get that right yet. Alright, now one thing you want to do is when you're done with anything on here, you want to go and put it away. Otherwise you gotta make a whole new one again. Iteration functional. Starship vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. Iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from the distress beacon. Alright, so we go back over to the distress beacon. And it will give us a chart. Analyze the chart. There it is, way over that way. There we are, way over there. The only thing I hate about doing this is because sometimes you get something you really don't want yet. I want to try to not get too much stuff from those. So you'll get the Corvex, you'll get the Gek thing, you'll get Viking daggers and stuff like that. I mean, it's good because you can actually give them to those guys. Oh, frigate! Yeah, hot storm too, right? For We're on a hot planet. Come on, run! Come on! I couldn't be on a planet that wasn't deadly. $500 something to go. Jesus. Come on! God. Oh, I hate when it does that. Jesus. Why do they gotta have that right there? Why can't they put that somewhere else? Those guys give you oxygen, so. Oxygen is for your health, your life support. Come on. Ah, in. Shield at max. No, it ain't. Accessing archive. Logs corrupted. Follows. Okay. Recover supplies. The log finishes and the machine whirs alive. Spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal. I need to information. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now. Da da da. Alright. Over here, grab this one. Hopefully it's the same junk. Nope, wrong junk. But that's part of it. You take those things and convert them. There's some language here. Encyclopedia, Terminal Online. Universal Translation Service received. Lifeform Dictionary available. Learn word. We learned Viking. Wow. I guess that's who the planet is of, huh? Alright, so we gotta go back to our ship. But we can make a visor now. We need a carbon nanite. Down here, no carbon. Great. Add a carbon. Don't have enough carbon. Alright, back to our ship. Where's our ship? Yeah. Oh. Good carbon. Also carbon right there. Make enough carbon. Keep forgetting I'm for these first. There we go. Now we can make it. I'm gonna put it down here. I can start making money. Now you can analyze stuff and you get money. also see where your ship is. See? Here's our ship. Ooh, sodium. See, analyzing that thing told us that those ones give you sodium too. Cool. Kind of weird. Sodium's out of rock. Huh? You can get add-ons to these. Oops. Your multi-tool that will actually increase the amount that you can pick up. You know, your visor when you scan. Like right now, we're only getting like 200 or so from each thing. But you can actually get mods you can put on them that will actually increase the amount you receive. I just find it more sodium on here than the other one had. Oh God, I hate that. See, why is that gotta be right there? You know? Just like I kind of wish there was a way to, when you set your weapons, tell it where to put certain ones in what order. Because there's only certain weapons I like using, but I'll have them on there. And if they're on there, they fall in their own order. I don't think it actually sets up any special order. Carbon on that one. It's weird how some of these rocks will give you certain things, but there's some that are similar in the looks, but they give you something different, you know. Like I've gone to one planet that had all the rocks looked alike, but in this one area you had different stuff off the rock. Alright, so let's go back to our ship over there. Like here, we just did rocks like this, and now and this one does just where it does. And one thing you don't want a lot of is carbon and, of course, your sodium for your health. If you can get it, grab it. Carbon you're going to need a lot of, so you can find things that have a lot of carbon. You're going to need a lot of this, especially starting out, because you're going to need it for fuel. I think it's thrusters fuel, pulse. You're going to need ferrite dust to help make it. Alright, let's pick our ship. Before we get too far, we got more of this over there anyway, so. Just before a storm hits. This is not one of the better planets to live on, but we're going to need to make a base, and it's going to be the first base, so it's not going to really matter. My first bases usually get taken down after I get settled into playing the game, so. I really wish you could shut the computer off. Kind of reminds me of Sam on Andromeda. Every time you go into a certain area, this area can be mined. This area can, you know, it's too cold here, it's too hot here, it's too cold here, it's hot here. Every area, as soon as you go into it, like, if you put your mining thing out on it, it comes up and says, you know, area be mined. And you get out of the area, you go back into another area that's been mined, or even the same area, and it says this area can be mined for resources. Yeah, okay, we know that. Shut the frick up. Alright, where are we at? Wow, went the wrong way. Oh, scan the animals. Make some money off of those guys too. 1,000 off of him. These are the fun ones trying to get. Oh, got it. 1,000 off of him. Cool. You always know where flyers are because you'll hear them. Oh, those are those flowers. These ones, I don't really like them. I mean, I don't use the thrusters that as much. I've seen people go flying all over the place using it, but I don't. We're getting 200 off of those. We're getting thousands off of the animals. Pretty good. get that far. Was it turned around? Must have gotten turned around. Must have missed those. And what's really good is it tells you what they give you, what they are, what, you know, if they're restless or will attack you, you know, because there are some that will attack you. There are times where they'll if you shoot at some of them, will actually come and go after you also. Alright. Make sure this is charged. He's got much of that left. See here we don't have any fuel, but if you take one of these, I'll make two of them now. Make one of these. Okay, now we're full. We gotta get in space so we can get that. All this stuff here we can't do anything with. I really wish I had the thing. But we don't have that tool yet, see? But we can always come back to this planet. It's right there. You have to return to spice. Alright. Off we go. And while we're up here, asteroids. Now those, at the start, I usually just go and scrap them, break them down. Need more of this because this is our fuel. Gonna test out our equipment, so, but I want to get more of this stuff first. Sometimes you gotta watch because doing this a lot will actually bring pirates. But hopefully, since we're in a initializing of the game, playing it, it might not. Alright. So first we gotta do is that one. Now if we go to here, see these, just scrap these. We'll bring you back, give you tritinium. Tritium, whatever, however you say it. Then you want to do is your thrusters. Alright, we'll test out. Incoming message. Incoming transmission. Source. Please identify yourself. You are not alone. Follow broadcast ends as strangers begin. The final piece of the signal appears to be a set of planetary coordinates. What planet's gonna put us on? Hope something good. These folders. Alright, so over there. Come on, load it up. No? Far away? That was that. Alright, so let's go to there. Follow the coordinates. Same planet. Looks like it. It's all hot and bothered. Yep, same planet. Okay. Where is it? The hell? Where is it? What the heck is flying up? Where'd it go? Forget. Oh, I mean I can't land. Not clear. I don't know where this thing is. Friggin' sentinels already. You need a planet that don't have any sentinels. Now I can't shoot at anything. Or they'll attack me. And I don't have any good weapons to actually attack them yet. Laser just doesn't cut it. Get it? Cut it. Oh. Ah, I'm stuck. 158. There it is. I see the Arky's parking. That's not it. The heck are you? That's pretty good. It's zooming in and it's not even here. See? On the other side of the damn mountaintop. Here we go. Broken technology. Sparkling wires, a machine, cipher signal. Decoding. 16, 16, 16. Entry. No fuel in. Fail to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to underground. Deployed base computer. As well as a log entry, the signal contains plans for base computer. Extract plans. Alright. That and that. Oh, go away, you dumb sentinel. Phosphorus, salt, 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 copper. I want to go over there first. Alright. So if we go and make train manipulator, we need 2 nanites and a jelly. And I got no copper. Or no carbon. Great. Alright, this is gonna be fun. Because if he's around, I mean, you can shoot at the stuff. And if they go alert and then just stand still, he'll go away. More of this gunk. Now I was watching some of these videos, like, you know, he's like, just take it and sell it. But in actuality, if you want to make nanites, build your nanites up. That's one easy way of doing it. That is actually the easiest way to do it. You can go and buy a whole bunch of goop. You know, if you got the money, money-wise, not nanite-wise. And he just sit still for a while, then he'll walk away, he'll leave. We can make our nanite cubes run right now, right? Yep. Alright, so we got our manipulator. Our manipulator. So now we can dig holes. Now we're going to want copper. We're also going to want phosphorus. But the sentinels, let's see, sentinels require obedience. I found out that they actually nerfed up the sentinels. They increased them. There was a... Okay, so we have this here. Got that goop. Alright, so somewhere's around here. Oh, got a module. It should be... Not seeing it though. There's the copper. Not a whole lot of copper, but I also found out if you go and clear out every little speck of it, it refills a little faster. I was actually doing cadmium on one time and cleared it all out, turned around, got my ship, saved, came back out, went to go dig up some other stuff, and cadmium was full again. I said, oh, well, okay, whatever, grab more of it. Oop. So I grabbed more of it. I want to find a good resources of it. And then we're going to build right next to it. Because then I know where I got copper. Till I can do the setting up mines. The bases will be right next to a copper, next to a cadmium, next to emerald, all those kind. But you could do mining in it, where you can start collecting a lot of it. I hate that. Alright, let's see if we can figure out where another copper is. Salt. Phosphorus. House over there. Salt over there. We also have buried technology. We gotta grab some of those. Grab some of those now. Phosphorus. Salt. Copper, we just did that one. Salt. Knowledge. Phosphorus. Copper. Ooh, see, there's one. Right there. Yeah, it's a little tunnel. Yeah, right? Always next to those things, there's going to be one somewheres. I found that out watching this one guy talk about a couple things. Oh, come on! They never used to do that either. When they first started doing this, you could dig up all the stuff you wanted. You couldn't... They still went after you if you went after the plants or the animals or stuff like that. But any of the resources, they didn't bother you. See? It's like, as soon as I click on it, why can't you get resources? Because they get all set. Other thing you gotta watch is if you have one near you and you bring your ship in, you know how noisy the ships are when they land? Well, it'll alert them too. They'll get all upset. Alright, well, this was not bad, but oh god, it's stuck with plants and everything. They don't go after this resources. When you're doing this, they don't go after you here when you're doing these. But for some reason they go after when you go after the rock ones like that. The blue ones, or if you go into carbon, you find a carbon pillars like that, they'll go after you and hit those. But when you do these, and of course things are my way, won't let me do it. They don't. Kind of weird. You think the resources they wouldn't bother you with, any of them, but they do. I found certain ways of doing this. If you, I don't know if I want to make my base over here. Could. This one's not that bad a pile. But we're on a hill, so I don't know if I want to do it on a hill. So let's look for another one. There's our, oops. There's our ship. See, what the hell, man? Go the frig away. I hate planets that have these friggin' guys. Now, even though you got planets, sometimes they'll say no sentinels. There actually will be some there. Alright, you know what? Let's just go make a simple base. We know we got carbon here, or copper here. So we'll go ahead and right where our ship is. Just to get done. We've got a good chunk of copper. The heck are those? Ah! Ooh, these will give you sodium too. Salt. Salt, for starts, I usually just sell it. Salt makes chlorine. Chlorine is used when you're going to go in. There's one item I like to get a lot of, and that's or when I add my weapons, that's the plasma launcher. They actually renamed them, but they still do the same thing. They look different in the symbols for them. I got hanging ones. Let's see, the stalactites and stalagmites, right? Which ones are which? Can't remember. But I'm taking this cave marl for now. I'm not going to keep it. I'm not going to have enough room on my bod or ship to carry it and keep it, because you're going to need it later. But if we go and set a base out here, we know we'll have some out here. So, come on, get up out of the hole. Oh, go away, dumb thing. You know what? Let's get out of here. Let's go find another spot here. I don't think it matters if you make your base here or another planet. And we don't have all the planets figured out yet, right? We've got... do we want to go out and look for another planet? This was done by this guy. You know, it's a work a swirl mason. We can go out. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Go find another planet. Doesn't have to be the same planet. come out here and we analyze these planets and figure out what we got out here. Got to get into a good position, otherwise they don't read. Like, all right, what we got here? This one. Unknown. Irradiated. Gamma, copper, uranium. Ooh, uranium. Let's go to that one. Uranium is a fuel. We can get uranium. That's one of our fuels. Unknown moon. Arid moon. Selenium, copper, phosphorus. Now see, even though it doesn't show sentinels, the only time you'll see really bad with sentinels is like here, high sentinel activity. You'll see high, aggressive, excessive. What's this moon? Pyrite and copper on that one. Windswept. Let's go to this one. Uranium and copper, then cobalt, of course. But uranium is a fuel. Fuel we need because your pulse drives. Say that for uranium. So we can get uranium, and we have a base. We can actually go back and get more uranium. I have that on my other accounts. Just hope it's not any sentinels. Yeah, this is a radiated planet. That's why uranium's here. Let's see. Attentive. Great. So they will actually alert on me too. I don't want those. There's uranium. Boy. See, what do they have? Nitrogen. What do you got? What kind of creatures we got on this planet? Ooh, I think it's copper right over there. Right over there. Yep. Uranium. That's close. Looks like copper. And we're full. Alright, where's the animal? Flyers. There he is. Let's go to uranium. Put uranium back in our ship afterwards. These have uranium too, I think. Yes. The reason I said full is because oh, we got one of these. What is it for? Exosuit defense. Put that over there. Mainly because these, the geodes, after a while when you're doing a lot of these things, you'll actually get geodes or crystals, and all it is big grouping of the mineral or so. Alright, so let's move. Alright, how do we collect this? that on the starship. Put that on the starship. Put that on the starship too for now. Alright, so I want to find so if we go to the uranium one, what's this one? I was hoping this would have been one of the planets I like, the planets that has robots, two mechanical animals instead of the regular animals. I was hoping this would be one of those, but it's not. Getting animals in, get some money. Grab all this uranium. I just thought something. Did we make sure our tanks were full for liftoffs? Because if they're not, if they're at like 5%, it won't lift off. I mean, so if you like try to call a ship up and you just can't get it to show up, that's usually a good bet. Why? When you find ships out around, distress ships that you can actually claim, all you really need to do is repair them so you can actually get them later on. The one guy was showing that you repair them to where it's flyable. Fly it to the space station, and then he'd buy a different one from one of the merchant guys that would pop up. And then he would he found a way of glitching. But I don't know if I can do it on here because I just don't understand glitchings. Alright, I gotta find a copper. Cargo. Copper. And it's right next to one of those. So we're gonna go to that first. Grab that. We're gonna need to grab those anyways. Get some more copper, make our base right next to it. make a simple base until I can get. If I keep the bases, I usually go and change them to the metal buildings. But since they're attentive, they don't. I guess they don't go after you a lot, as much as like. Because I haven't seen one yet. Thank God. I hate the friggin' sentinels. I like finding planets that don't have them at all. But you can't. You won't know until you get to the planet. Actually. Just because it doesn't show it in the list doesn't mean they don't have any. But it's just not as much. Where's the thing? There. Okay, there it is.
Radiation protection falling.
Damn, 3 of them. I actually had one time where it was like 4 or 5 in one spot. It's like I killed one, that's all I saw, and then all of a sudden there's another one there, and then turn around, there's another one there, and then turn around, and there's another one there. It's like, holy crap, man. Those will actually hit you with toxin. It actually start causing damage to you. And there's another one here too. There's 2 of them here. Oh, come on. Where are you? Where the hell did it go? What the heck? Sometimes you'll get them that are in bad spots. They'll actually be like buried. It says it down there, but I hate trying to find some of these sometimes. They just don't show up the way they should. Of course, we got all these plants in the way. I actually had one time, it was like I started digging down and I actually hit the bottom, the core. You can't go anymore. This is supposed to be it, but there is nothing here. There is nothing here.
Radiation protection falling.
But digging this hole is good because this way I have all my silicone powder. There's some windows. If I need windows. Yeah, it's not here. Oh, don't make my hole bigger. Get stuck in it. Oh well, nothing there. I can't find it. Can't find it. Alright, where's that copper at? Uranium. Where'd the copper go? We had a copper one around here somewhere. Now I don't see it. Uranium. A whole bunch over there. cobalt, uranium, copper. That's not the one I was thinking of, though. Oops. Wasn't it a different spot? So it should be coming up with another expedition soon. At least that's what the thing says. New expedition coming soon. Guess number 6. Don't know if they're going to replay any of the older ones. They may. They did that last year. Oops. When they did 4, they actually went back and did 1, 2, 3, 4 again. So if you didn't get to it, you could got to it. I actually did 3 over, which gave me different stuff because it actually was actually different. It wasn't actually the same expedition. It was a remake of it, but all right, yeah, it might be pretty good over here. I just want that one. All right, so if we go build up here, we'll have resources down right below us. So
Radiation protection falling.
let's heal up.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Dig out this copper. And the reason I want to find a copper resource and make a base on it, because at times you're going to need copper. I mean, copper is used to make your chromatic, but you also need it to make some of the weapons, like your missile, your rocket launchers. You're going to need copper for it. A couple other items you're going to need copper for it. And I have a tendency to go ahead and use up all my copper when I gotta make chromatic. If you have indium or activated copper or activated emerald, all those can be used to make chromatic also. So I'll probably keep this one there. This is pretty good. Pretty good, oops, pretty good resource. Whoa. Ooh, little flying things. Where are you at? Now we can build down here on it, or we can build up. We'll build above it. What the heck? That was weird. It was like... Yeah, let's build up here. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll put our... We gotta put our... this up. We can make some chromatic. While that's running... The heck? Oh, come on! Where'd all the carbon go? $700. Ooh. Alright, bring our ship close by. Now you can take oxygen, if you got lots of it, and make carbon out of it. Normally it breaks, knocks those things out of the way. Didn't do that in that one. Alright, well that's running. Let's get in here to heal back up here. Get our radiation back up. What we'll do is we'll transfer our uranium over to the starship. Put that down. Alright, so where is our... There it is. So while it's running, we can pull this out. We can make our base computer. Now, if you're in a good spot, it'll tell you, it'll come up like this. Searching categorical resource, universal active search, reveals no prior claims. Claim it. If there is one and it falls into the area of yours, it'll tell you can't do it. Alright, so now base computers online, search base computer archives for terminal or data. Okay, it's going to give you plans. Construction plans. Extract plans. So we got timber angle door, timber wall, timber floor, timber roof, and a floral. Alright, so now you want to do is you want to build a little base. So now we go, I like clearing these things off first. So we put our floor down. I just make a little base starters. I don't make any. Nope.
Incoming storm.
Damn storm. Gotta get this thing built up quick. Oops. Where'd my cursor go? No, not there. God damn it.
Base computer online. Radiation protection. Stabilizing.
Ah, I can't get that one. I hate trying to do this. There we go. Right, why do we have this wall here? Let's grab you. Get in out of storm. Put you back up over here so I can continue my scrapping stuff. Ran out of carbon.
Technology recharge.
Let's run you through there. Gotta put a wall there. Is that a window? No. Oh, I'm out of carbon. It uses carbon? Crap! I wonder why I ran out of carbon. Alright, what do you say? Additional archives recovered. Extract plans. Construction computer. Alright, you know what? Let's get rid of this wall. There's the wall now. Yep. There we go. Alright. So now we got a construction computer. We need magnetized and carbon nanite. So while that's doing that,
Weather update. Storm clearing.
there ain't a whole lot of carbon though. I think it has some garbage with it. I don't want the fake firm. Whatever that junk is. Nitrogen. We'll probably just sell that anyways. Same with the fake room. Which is the poops. That's what the animals give you when they go, if you feed them, they go poop. I mean, later on, I'll probably end up maybe changing location for this one. I don't know. Mainly because where it's at. Ooh, there's a big thing, carbon. Alright. And we'll take some. I think I might have enough pure in there right now. We can actually just take pure and run it through the refinery. What I hate is it's carbon. It takes carbon to use your laser to get carbon. A lot of stuff getting out of range now. Alright. Yeah, you're going. Alright. That's done. Take that. Oh, put that there. Where's the pure? Run that through it. Move that to there. Alright, got the magnetized. Let's run that through it. What was it, 2? What do we need to make it? Okay, 1. Darn it. Alright. Put you there. It's funny how for these playthroughs you need that, but on any other one you don't. Research buildable technology. Make that. That's all we have. We don't have any more, right? We got more. Yep. Because we're gonna need to make that right there too, so we need to get more. Your base can be renamed. Interact. Let's call it CP base. One. Just to give it a name. We'll upload it. Come on, hurry up. Alright. I mean, you can actually sell this stuff too. It's kind of inexpensive to sell. I mean, you probably only get like 1 or 2 for it. We'll also clear out this for now. You can do sodium. We're not into the flower planting part yet. That's gonna be a while down the road. This stuff will turn into modite and get rid of that. That'll add to the one pile. We don't need. That's it. 2 o'clock. Storm clearing. Not enough. Dang it. Put you on the starship out of the way. What else we got here? We can. Okay. This one turns into the purple ones. So while that's running. Dude, nighttime. Cobalt. Alright, where are all those things now? You know, I saw a whole bunch earlier, now I don't see any.
Radiation protection falling.
Well, this place is hilly. But see, the thing is, you only usually get one out of those things, so you've got to go around and really, really farm these things. Ah, that more of this stuff. Something good. Alright, light support, I'll handle it. Take that. Now these flowers you can't do anything with until you get your pair of gloves. Depleted just in time, huh? More goop. Damn it. I mean, not one of the best ways to get nanites, but it does build it up pretty good. Not hitting the flower, then it's hitting the metal. So see, these will tell you they need a hazmat to get it. Alright, where's the more? I want more. More! I need more. I knew I should have grabbed them when I saw those other ones, man. Because now I can't find any. Ooh, these things right here. back to this hole again? We did this one already. Damn it. God. Alright, well I think we got enough to make our start stuff. We can always get more later. I'll probably do a little here and there on here just to get more. Alright, where's our ship? Over there. Where's another one? One over there. Unless that's the one we already did. That one back there was one we couldn't find. Pointing to there, but it's nothing there. It's not coming up with anything. It's probably on the other side of the friggin' core. Because the one parts I want aren't available yet until we can go to the anomaly. It doesn't show you those constructions. It only shows you the basic construction stuff. That's all it's going to give you. There's a lot of stuff that's not going to show up. But we got copper out here, we got uranium out here. So, yeah, that's that one we just, yeah, skip that one. Go back to our base. And mosey on, continue on. Hopefully supposedly someone was saying that if you walk away from the thing, that your refiner will actually glitch and you'll either lose the stuff or something. I don't know. I've never seen that happen yet, so I've gone and alright, so now unit online, build the technology. We want at least this. The wires are free. We're going to need a signal booster. We can make a battery. We got one left. Save beacon. Right. See, the stuff's still there. Ran out of carbon, but stuff's still there. Before I do that, let's put that there. Because if we go through, say, take that one, convert that to the purples, purple purples. I mean, sometimes you get lucky, and you might be sitting on the anomaly, and people will throw stuff at you. Alright, so now if we go get rid of else we got right here? Nothing really right now. All right, let's take this. Oh wait, I might have needed that. All right, so we need to make that. We also need to make one of these. So we need metal plating for that. One in there. 4 there. So you need 5 plates, 2 nanites. Right? You got 1. You need 5 plates. Alright. So we make that. Put that right there for now. We'll put can't make one of those. Oh well. Put one of these right there for now. And we'll attach this to that. There we go. Now I always do, I know we already did it once, but I always do it again just to make sure that it, well, recovery archive covered. Scanner detected unusual broadcast repeating 16 from the space station. Base computer archives have reached their end. Alright. So then we go, like I said, I always make sure I do a upload. Make sure I have that in there. You can actually put a photo, capture a screenshot. And then if you upload after a screenshot, it should show up in the teleport. It should. Not always, but alright, so we're gonna go back to space again. Go find a space station. There's that little yellow octagon showing up now on the screen. And when I warp to other, when I start to do the warping to the other systems, I usually do is the first ship that comes available, first frigate that I can get, I will take. I don't care what size they are, but I do try for either Gek or Korvax. I found that when you send them on missions, they seem to be more productive. Every Viking one I've taken sent out, I've gotten very little back from them. Where I did one play on, and I had a Korvax, and every part of the mission that they went on, I got something from it. So Alright, first stop. Hopefully we got enough money. We're going to go grab our suit expansion. Now, these are all cheap for start. Okay, like here it's 5,000 to add on this one, 1,000 for that technology, and 5,000 for that one. Now, my next time I do one, it's going to say 500,000 for the cargo, which is kind of ridiculous. Grab those. Can't grab the gun. Actually, you might. I don't know if you can grab the gun. No, it won't let us. It's going to be. They're going to say nope, can't do it. And the reason is because we haven't really talked to any. We haven't built up our reputation with anybody yet. Grab those because you're going to need those. Nav datas are used for bringing your ship around. Like if you go to a station, trade station or outpost. Hey, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Talk to me. Come on. Yeah, whatever. Ask about travelers. Alien draws back startled. The look of their face tells me our conversation is over. Alright, be that way. How about you? Hey. Lifeform puffs. Ask about 16. Huh? Hearing the code seems to cause the lifeform to shrink. A look of fear crosses their face, and then in an instant the fear passes. Let me restrains me, but say nothing more. Okay. How about a Geki? Repeat 16. Ah. We are watching you, traveler friend, finding what we have left you. Though the alien speaks, the words are not their own. A string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare, logged directly to my exosuit. The crimson light fades away, and I see the life form blinking at me expectantly. Whatever has happened, they don't appear to have seen it. I should leave. Perhaps my base computer would be able to. Alright. Let's get rid of some junk. Get rid of the raw steak. Don't need that yet. The mordite. We'll get rid of the rusted metal. We'll make those later. The nitrogen, I don't want that for now. Rest of that I do need. Spectrum and the salt. Now we talk to some of these guys. We learn their language. See, now you can request language help. Since we got the other part out of the way. You want to talk to these guys to get that up there. See if they'll let me. Nope. How about you, Geki? Twin. Request dialect help. Now, if you have things on you like Viking daggers and the Gex, whatever it is, they will actually, you can actually use those. See, all Corvette casing, Viking, I think Viking effigy, I think it is. Yeah, Viking effigy. Already did him once. That's why. All right. Coded message was okay. We got to teleport back. We're going to save it just in case he freaks out on us. But this is the only way you can save it is to pop in your ship and pop back out again. What we got to do is teleport back. Now I didn't go to the mission guy because we can't do anything from him anyways. See, it's not showing it. Darn it. I was hoping to show the picture of it. Like I said, sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. Alright, so we're back on at our base. Of course our thing is expired, we ran out of fuel. Check our computer. Alright. Archive terminated. Select new task. Begin decryption. Decoding. 16. Message follows. The traveler finds their wings. Fly to us and claim your place among the stars. Wow, okay. Carbon.
Radiation protection falling.
Now, one thing I like to do is I like to get, once I get a lot of points too, is in nanites, when I get to the anomaly, I like to get the personal refinery, because on there you can actually put it on, you have it on you can actually go do stuff while you're refining stuff. It's kind of cool, you know. So you can actually start it, go fly off somewheres, or go run somewheres while it's refining. Alright, so let's go to this location that it wants me to go to. Did I get them already? All red, or not red. I need carbon. It's not going to be a planet that had a lot of carbon. Straight carbon, not all this other crap. Alright, so we need to go reach the stars. Alright, where is this thing at? Way over there. Alright. That's one thing they've done is they actually made it, the stuff is closer for starting. Approximate location. Ah, where we are. I know where we're going. Alright, we're going here. Like that. Yep, see? Right spot. It's kind of dumb, that one, huh? Over here. Log damaged. Partial record available. Signal led me to the wreck of a freighter. Colossal fragments of metal scatter across the landscape. Were these messages nothing but the misfiring circuits of a long forgotten ruin? Nestled among the debris, finding the pilot's log, blinking, awaiting input. Request log. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spit out strange sequences of numbers. They are followed by a short message. The anomaly comes for the stars. Take flight. The schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. I pulled the blueprint from the computer, but this hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of this size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. Da, da, da. Damn it. I knew I forgot something. Alright. So these right here, if we didn't land like this, if we can call our ship to these things, you're gonna need a nav data. We need nav data. Now we can actually do 300 something. Cargo pod there. Cargo pod over there. You know what? Let's skip the cargo pods. Actually, let's try this one. That figures. How about to do that one? You know what? Forget this. I mean, the cargo pods are good. Sometimes they give you some good stuff, but alright, so we need to install a hyperdrive, but problem is we don't have the cards. I think the cards are kind of not really expensive, but not really cheap either, so that planet. Not gonna give me info on it, huh? Alright. What the hell? Hate when it does that. Why can't I get it? Eat that. Move and then you. What's on that one? Cactus, copper, pyrite. Paradise. to that planet instead. This is our base. Question is though, is it really a paradise? Okay, it says units required is 60,430 to get those cards. We have 95,000. Or is it 95,000 required? Yeah. 95,000 to get them. We only have 60,000. So, we gotta go find some more junk to get to sell. Now, this is one reason why I like doing it. This one with my Twitch rewards and stuff that I've gotten. I know we're not on Twitch, but when I streamed on, you know, watching people play this game on Twitch a while back, they gave me rewards, and a couple of rewards were some nice ships. So once we can do that, we get to the anomaly, which will be shortly. We're gonna switch our ships, and then I'm gonna scrap a couple of them, which will give us money. I don't get a hauler, a scout, I think it is, and 2 fighters. I like the fighters, so I usually keep the fighters. And I usually scrap the hauler. The hauler you can get 23 million for it usually. Missing. Cool. We should have done it on this planet. See? We got no sentinels on this planet. What I might do is, I might do another base over here. There's no sentinels on this one. And then we can those go back and later on drop that other one. I mean, I'll keep it now until the main, till we get further into the story part of it, because otherwise it will, it may mess up. So some of these rocks sometimes too, you gotta watch. Sometimes the rocks will actually come up, are alive. They'll actually pop up. Scared the crap out of me one day. Started. What the heck is that thing? Yeah, I think I might make a base on this planet. Only because, like I said, this one here we can do is there's no sentinels on it. I mean, it says no sentinels, none, or let's say missing. All right. But the thing is, they will show up on planets, even though it says that they're non-existent or not there or missing or whatever, not available, stuff like that. They actually will be, you'll actually find some, because when you go around and you find the abandoned warehouse, abandoned manufacturing plants stuff, they will be there. Refineries, they'll be there. So it's not like they won't be around. They will be around on every planet. Just that normally they're not around. And my batteries are getting low. Great. Alright, hang on a second. I gotta change the battery. Yeah, yeah. Was that other battery? That one actually does a good long time, but I've been playing with it the past few days, so. Heck, those are weird. Wow. Ooh, that's got craw milk. Alright, so first of all, what I want to do is want to find, we have, what do we have on this one? Hey there, buddy. Want to die? Here, one weird thing. Oh, I just thought of something too. We got enough? No, we should have enough. Now you want, when you find these things, you want to click on these things too, especially the first time. The first time you do it, it'll bring up this. Now when you go up there and talk to a Viking, it will have request help, practice, or give them a gift instead of just practice, or instead of giving a gift and ooh, another weird one. It's a little rolly ball. What we'll probably do on this one, this base we're going to make here for now. I don't know if we can make, we might be able to make the teleport too. This way we can do the teleport, we can just teleport over to it. We got water on this planet? We do, we're going to make one by the water. Ow! You stupid flowers. We do got water here. Cool. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna do that just for. We need a water one. That is cool though. Where should we make one now? Yeah, we'll do it over here. We can always change it. Like I said, we can always break it down and move it or change it. So we're gonna do another one here. We have the stuff. So we got two bases on one system. Let's make a simple base right here. We're not going to make anything too much for now. enough. I always do this, and the reason I do that is because I'll actually later on I will actually change it. You got to build something, otherwise it's going to tell you that it's too small to upload. Did I mess that one up? No, okay. Well, I did. Ah, I'm out of pure. Wait, what? I need pure for that one? Oh well, I'm gonna do that then. I'm gonna leave no doors. I don't have any pure. I mean, it's fine for now. No door. Oh well. Oceanfront base. We'll capture it. Come this way with it. Kind of face the ocean, right? That is the ocean. And we'll upload. And now this one's all set. So I have something here. Gotta make some more money. A lot of carbon here. Of course, they have pure there, but I can't get it. And I build my other bases. Usually I build, I get the landing pad and I make the metal frame ones, little domes. I just like those better. I mean, you gotta have power to them. These you don't really need power to them. Brought my ship around. I want to go through a quick save and also make sure it build back up. They were low on those. Low on that. Alright, that's all full. I'm gonna go around and start killing, picking more stuff and scanning more. Alright, let's see what we got. Hazardous plant flora right over there. Probably one of those two plants, right? Damn plants. Now, paraffinium medium, you can actually convert it to ferrite dust if you need to, but it takes a lot more, I think, to convert it. more of each to make one. And it's actually used later on. Might grab one of those later on for a pet. That'd be a cool pet. Also want to get one of those too. And we're full. Alright, well. Do we have any? No, we don't even have a spot for. Well, actually, you know what? That's fine. Do we have one around here? I saw red dots. I can't get it. I see, it's weird. We scanned one of these guys already. That is so cool. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to run over to this one here and bring our ship over. Because we ain't got no room. We can move some stuff over into the ship so that we can put that on there. Then we'll go search for some more. Every little bit scan helps. Paraphernalia, I'm probably going to just sell it. I need to get a bunch of stuff so I can sell that I know I'm not going to need right away. I can go get. And paraphernalia is one of them. Trying to get a inventory full. Because after doing these a while, you'll get the crystals. Grab some oxygen. Wow, we haven't got it. Told you. Alright, so let's bring our ship over. Because even though we just need so much money, we're gonna actually need it to Oh, uranium. We're gonna need more money afterwards too, so I'm not gonna try to use up everything here. So we gotta. Wish I could make the cards easier, but we don't have the plans to go build it and make them. There it is. Look at that. Where'd he go? See, a rock turned into a creature. Alright, so where'd it go? Right here. Technology. Alright. Made the money off of it, and then we get the oxygen from it. What's the milestone? I mined so much? Yep. I earned 75,000. Wow. I'm out of fuel.
Technology recharge.
Alright, we got some more around here somewhere. Let's go. Starship's full. Do that like that. Track those out. Yes, I wish I could make them. Can't make them though. See? Not listed in here. That's our next item we're going to need to make. Here's one over there. Or this. Yeah, look. Got a building over there, so let's go to this one instead. Ah. And our ship's full, right? Yep. Okay. Almost time to call it quits for today too. We're gonna do like a few hours. About 3 o'clock, I think. We started when? I don't even remember. There's no timer on Trovo. At least Twitch has a timer. How long you've been going at it. I don't know if there's a uptime.
Technology recharge.
I don't know if we. Nope. Not on here. That's the only thing I don't like. Also, it doesn't have. The chat bot doesn't work with it that I have. I mean, I'm probably not going to go stick with too long. I might just do this once in a while. Alright, where was the... Right there. Now, as long as you have nav data, you should be able to call your ship over if it has one of those little things or a pad to land on. Or you just do it the other way. This I can't do. Oh, I can. Condensed carbon. I need that. What? Actually, it might be good because it might end up being bolt caster. Ooh, 2 knowledge stones over that way. Let's go get those. It almost looks like something, but it's just the ground. Oxygen. Now that one there I probably can't do. See? Told you. Alright, where'd they go? There's right there. There's 3 of them. No, 4 of them. They're also a good thing if you're doing the cooking. If you're cooking a lot, you can that gives you sticky honey, and the sticky honey turns into synthetic honey, which is used for making the cakes, especially. If you want to get a lot of nanites, I made 2,200 nanites last night by just making a bunch of stews. To get the nanites that way, you have to do is you cook, and then you go back into the anomaly and talk to Kronos, whatever his name is. He's the cook. And you give him the cakes. You got to do it one by one, though. You can't give him a whole bunch at one shot. And the amount he gives you back varies. I mean, I had between 40, 70, 129 per cake, or per stew. But it's one way of making nanites too. You're not going to get rich on nanites that way, but then you can also do is find abandoned ships, trade them in. You'll get the credits, the money for them. And the way you get the money for them is it gives you scrap parts back. You take those scrap parts, and of course you sell them at the merchant thing. You'll also sometimes get mods, upgrades Now, if you don't need the upgrades, you can take those upgrades to any of the merchants that are there, and you can sell them back, and you'll get nanites for them because all the upgrades you buy with nanites. So. So that's one way of making nanites. Another way is if you like going after those larva cores, you can go dig up a bunch of them and use a refinery. They will give you it. Another way of doing it is collecting platinum. The only problem is platinum, you probably sell a platinum better and make more money off it than making more nanites out of it, because to make a nanite it takes 35 to make one nanite. It's kind of weird. Platinum. But platinum can be made from combining silver and gold. Will give you platinum also. But like I said, it does end up using up a lot. Alright, so I guess we're going to go and leave. Ooh, get down here. Now we want cobalt because cobalt turns into ionized cobalt, which is used for a couple things you might need later on. So we collected cobalt whenever you can. And cobalt is usually found in the caves. Sometimes the planet itself will just have it. It'll be a regular resource you find all over. Otherwise, it's either stalagmites or stalactites. Okay. Probably gonna get a no copper. Cool. One of the expeditions, the location you started at, I got lucky because you need to get copper to make, or something to make the chromatic with, and let's see. Oh, don't tell me you're far away. Come on. Right there. Jesus. The reason is there's a device you got to add to your ship that allows you for a little further distance. Alright, so let's move that into there, that into there, so we got a little room, but it won't tell us we got no room. These things, I hate them. They pop up all of a sudden. And they give you various things. They'll either be sodium, oxygen, carbon. just pop up out of nowheres. You're walking around and all of a sudden, boom, one pops up right next to you. And it's poisonous. You know, it's hazardous to you. So, this is good though. It worked out pretty good. This planet comes out. It's got cobalt on it we need. It's got the flowers on it we need later on. So we know we can find this stuff if we need to. This was on a water spot, so we've got the water portion of it. I like getting planets bases on water locations so that we can get all the stuff we need. I like going because there's a mission will come up for the water. Which will probably pop up soon. And you get a message about, you know, come find us, you know, type thing. Ah, gold. We don't have a slot for the gold didn't go on. That's alright. Alright, that's good enough. We should have enough. We will make more money as soon as we get to a planet because we can scan in. We're getting at least 1,000 on some of the creatures. So let's go to the station. Found these ones like this, big ones right here. The easiest way to do these is actually use the proton accelerator, I think it is called, or something like that. You can actually clear that thing right out. When this game first came out, the way you got the minerals, I mean, you had the asteroids still, but when you got the minerals like down on the planet itself, and I gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh, trying to hold that back. They weren't in little piles, little hills on the planet's surface. They were actually pillars. And you didn't always clear it as easily unless you did it, you know, carefully. Oh man. So I guess Streamlabs don't have enough time. Excuse me. Sorry. One of those days, starting to sneeze a bit now. Folks. Oh man. Excuse me, sorry. mic off a minute. So I can load too. Of course, there it comes again. Ah. Sorry. God damn it. Sneezing fit time. Damn it. Oh. Alright, so we'll get rid of that. Get rid of those for now. Sorry. I thought we had. Hang on. Sorry. Alright. Yep, 95. We have 330. Wow. Where do you get that much money from all of a sudden? Eyes are running down. Alright, so now we can finish this up. But now we gotta fuel it. Fuel it. We need that. But we can't make them, can we? No, so we don't have the. So now it'll tell us. Right? I'll check something real quick first. Delay there. Come on, clear away. All right. All right, let's see something here quick. Nope, you don't have one. Dang it. Try to find that. Drive installed. Turn your ship. Alright. Okay. Auto diagnostic report. Hyperdrive says to be installed. Ugh. Hyperdrive fuel empty. Hyperdrive is complete. Perhaps I really will find answers out there amidst the stars, but without warp cells, I will be going nowhere. Search for antimatter traces in the starship scanner. So once we're out here, get the scanner. Detected. Where is it detected at? Over there. Bleak planet. Ah, come on. Oh, come on. Alright. We'll go for a little longer. We don't have one, huh? Approximate location. You gotta search around. Probably right there. Might be lucky on this one. It is that place over there. Hey, okay. Uh-oh. Somebody's coming. Take that. You ain't coming after me. The only problem is this one here is probably one that has the larva eggs, which I don't do the larva eggs because I can never get them without dying too much. But using an abandoned building has them. That's what this is. Yep, see, there they are. You shoot the eggs, a bunch of monstrosities come out at you, and they don't go away. And in here, keep an eye out for hanging hazardous plants. Now make sure we got room. Alright. Because when you go on here, you're gonna have to clear out this. And I don't get rid of the goops, I use the goops. Terminal online, selecting key, decrypting. Success. Terminal is clogged with an unnerving, pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to function. As I touch the input panel, the alien substance reacts violently. I make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It prints out a blueprint for antimatter, accompanied by a strange message. Take the blueprint and reclog. You will find us when the time is right. 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. Alright, we got blueprints for antimatter. junk around. Now we're full again. Yep, see there's one. Here. There's always one in one of the buildings, or part of the whole building. Language dispenser. Terminal online. Universal. Learn the word. Who are we gonna learn from? Learn the Viking word. There's a box there. Sodium. That's about it, huh? Learned 8 words. I like, whenever I go to places I see the aliens, I always try to talk to them. Get the words. I always try to find the knowledge stones to learn the words. So that when you talk to them, when you are in there and you talk to them, it'll pop up and read as words instead of read as, I don't know, some other garbage that goes across the screen. Oh crap, what's coming? Yeah, yeah. Already did him once, I guess? Yep. See, some planets, some of the creatures will actually go after you. It's kind of coming. No free spot. I knew it was going to happen. Alright, we get over there. Cobalt, pulpy root, subterranean, copper. You know what, let's go over to copper. What we can do is, how far is the copper? Only 197? Ah, another one? Go away! Alright, so we'll do this. Move you there. Move you to the starship for now. Move you to the starship. Actually, let's pop in here real quick. So then we'll come out. Move you to the starship. And what we'll do is we'll make one of those. One of those. See how many we can make. Before we run out. Right there. So then we can make these. Alright. Put those in the starship. For that copper. What's that copper? Did I mark it? Did I mark a copper? I thought I marked a copper. cobalt, knowledge, cargo, copper. Not too sure. Maybe you only need to lift off, but God damn it. He's got a bunch of them come after you. This is weird, it's all red. I do it mostly when I go after these things, resources. I'll first run a big chunk through by just running around like that. And then when I get down to the lower end of it, so I can get every piece of it, I'll do like little shots. Sometimes it's hard to tell where it is because the coloring of the planet makes it harder to see it. Alright, so what are you running at me for? You ran at me. No free slots in suit inventory. Alright. Alright already. No way. Alright, so we have infantry fuel. Let's first go to, actually no, we'll get there. The warp. Launch into space. In space, access the galaxy map, of course. Move along, yeah. And warp, continue, yeah. Alright, so when we're out here, we go to this. Now you have different paths. We'll just take the one that's labeled for us and go through it. Ooh, Corvax. And a warp we go. Starship monitoring system error. Guidance system malfunction. Searching for other routes. Searching. Obtain. Destination 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. Guidance accepted. Plotting route. Alright. Before we go there, I want to go on planet and get rid of some of this junk. Space station. I knew that was going to come up. Never fails. Leave me alone.
Hostile ships approaching.
Where are you? Where are you? See ya. See ya. You on the right side? Good. Okay. All right. First stop. Oh, you know what else I need to do? I need to change my character. I don't like being weird. 5,000 for that one. Let's make a change our character. Oh, he's white suit. I kind of like these, but I like these. We got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. All right. Body, I think, is that one? No. Then I just go blues. I like blue. Torso. Blue. Blue. Armor. Blue. Green. Gloves. Let's go black, black, black. And here's those ones. Legs. Blue. Green. Oops. Green. Blue. Blue. Boots. I always go with number 2. And blacks. And blacks. Backpack. Go blue. 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 Oops. Blue. 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 Come on. Right button. Alright, that's it. Save it. So now we're a better character. I don't like the I like the fish guy, that's it. Alright, so now we go over here. Sell some stuff so we can make some room. Talk to a bunch of guys. Request. The only problem is sometimes you might come into one being a scientist that wants you hire them. The Vikings will be armorers that want you to hire them. But right off the bat, you don't know. I'm not gonna read all that stuff. It's all the same stuff. Just talking to them. already did him. Usually they say they'll show visited underneath them, and you can't talk to them. Talk to them again, you get practice though. But this is a Corvac area, right? Yeah. Sell those. We're not using that yet, right yet. Sell the meaty chunks, feline, mordite, scaly meat. We got on here scaly meat and mordite. Get rid of these. We can always get more of that. All right. Yeah. Probably won't me do it yet. Yep. I didn't think so. I think you have a certain time or a certain level or a certain amount of talking to them before they get you to let you start taking their jobs. And usually the jobs I grab are usually kill the creatures, the easiest ones. I always do a save before I leave. Alright, so let's go land here. I think we're going to call it quits after we land there and do that part because at that time. Come back next Thursday. Fuel source. Unknown planet. This one has ash shrouded planet, copper and silver, basalt, salt. Not sure what that's used for. Never came up where I needed to use it. I got it, but I don't know what it's used for. My ear bugs are coming out. Of course, with another hot planet. Alright, get out from the scanning. Yep. Off that way. How far off that way? Redundant somewhere. Another ship nearby. 200. See, until you scan them, you only get the one shot. The first part, you won't get the other part. Or you shouldn't get the other part, but... yeah, it should be a monolith or ruins or something like that. Yeah, monolith. Oh. Come on! I'll talk to you. Corvac word for entity. Is what? What is it? Alright, so we're going here. The structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it is obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at it, the words form themselves in my mind. A strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveler? Is it friend? I feel strange responding to questions I am unsure that I am being asked. But something has clearly taken notice of my reply. I am overwhelmed by a sense that something has awoken, that someone is watching me. It forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? We'll go first. I don't know how I am being spoken to. This monolith is ancient and I cannot escape the feeling it has asked these questions many times over. It asks again. Have they seen the Crimson Eye? Has the Crimson Eye seen them? Both. Likelihood of anomaly exceeds safety parameters. Breach detected. Alert. Alert. The boundaries fall. The walls collapse. Your universe awaits. Find us, traveler. Gotta work for it. Alright. Now we just can't get money. That has just ferrite. That's probably pure, and I probably can't get it. Okay. More pure. Alright, we have a... What are those over there? How's our fuel? That's fuel good, right? Yeah, it's good enough. It'll get us over there. Sodium. Let's see here. Any... None. Good. I like planets that say none. Alright, let's go over to this one. I like how they actually made things feel like you're on the planet itself too, because you go to like an airless planet or like a moon, and you jump up, you actually kind of like float. You don't jump, float. It's really cool. You're in an environment that has... I hate that! Like in an environment of that nature. Also, I don't want to get down to that. I mean, I could really sell it, but I'd rather not have to deal with it right now. Where's the animal? I keep seeing them. There's one. There's actually one, I think it's either these or volcanics that I want to get. One of the creatures. Alright, where'd I go? I lost it. There it is. I haven't seen it yet though. Ah, I hate that. Sometimes the stuff in the way won't let you do it. Why can't I do it? Good thing. Okay, I saw more. I want to go for those. I don't care for the buildings. Saw a building to the side, but I think I'll go for those instead. Then we'll call our ship over after a while. But you need your ship to save. So we'll do so, and then we'll call our ship and do a save point. I think volcanics had the phosphors. This one has the basalt, basalt. We got some of it. We got here. Yeah, sometimes these things will give you nanites majority of the time. Other times they'll give you either a plan for something or something else. Some item, fuel or not fuel, but like, carbon or something other than the nanites. So a lot of times it's really nice that it goes and gives you a plan or upgrade rather. All right, but that's gonna be it for me, guys. A little over, but you all enjoyed. Nobody, no one here. Catch you all next time.